Hey guys, so I had to do this video for such a long time for y'all, and I am simply going to answer some questions that you guys sent on my Instagram, right? So if you're new here, my name is Takeda Joseph. Welcome to my channel. I'm Trinidadian, I'm fabulous. I love God. We talk about God, life, and makeup on here. And follow me on Instagram at Takeda Makeup or at Takeda Joseph. I want to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. I'm just answering your questions. Also, sorry for I've been missing for a while, and I am super sorry for that. So let me get to the questions. I actually saved them. Follow me on my both pages, guys. It's lit. So this girl named Sarah Lee, she asked some of the best questions ever. So question number one is, what was one of the hardest lessons you learned over your years of experience running a business? So I feel like one of the hardest lessons that I have learned from like running my business for such a long while is you can't get past the law of process. Like sometimes, like as just like a dreamer, it's so easy to kind of like rush into the next thing all of the time. It's like you trust God for this, and now you reach out, and now you're like, okay, what next? Like, you know, like you're like ready to rush on. Sometimes it's okay to be present and to enjoy where you are at, and just to enjoy the process of being at whatever stage you're at in business. So I think like that's super important, and that is like one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. Like really just like you can't get past the law of process. Go through the process and shine bright after, right? So somebody say, what strategies did you develop over time to build and maintain your kit supplies without blowing the bank? So I feel like I wasn't hopping on every trend. So because I wasn't hopping on every trend, I didn't have to buy everything that I saw people using. You know what I mean? As I was just telling somebody in my consultation sessions today, that like you have to hustle your way. Do what works for you. So if something was working for me, hardly ever I would really move from that unless, okay, I realized, well, maybe I want a different look. So hopping on every trend, well, not hopping on every trend helped me to minimize blowing the bank, you know? Our next question is how to get a flawless base for makeup. A flawless base meaning like a flawless foundation. I believe that your foundation is important, so that means what you put on before your foundation is important. So cleansing, toning, moisturizing, and priming well, and also letting that dry down before you put on the foundation. So it's kind of not like everything mixing up together. So that's super important for achieving a flawless base. Making sure that you prime and your skincare before your foundation is dried, before you put on your foundation, and also having a skincare routine before your makeup is important, and then having a skincare routine in general, like before you sleep, when you wake up. Those things are really important, and it would help the way that your makeup stays on when, like, for the days that you actually put on makeup. Yeah, what's the question you ask yourself in tough times to keep perspective right and encourage? I ask myself, would I rather be doing anything else but this right now? I ask myself, like I tell myself, like, you know that this is something that God blessed you with and your hands are blessed, so why are you stressing out? You know, I kind of remind myself that I started here and I'm working my way up, and then I go back and I look at my work and I'm like, oh shush, child, you really good. You know, so I do those stuff to encourage myself. I say I can't imagine myself with another job or going back to the office. So I try to tell myself one day at a time, roll through the punches, and things will get better no matter what, you know. So methods for long-lasting luminous face makeup. Go to my Instagram reels. I've been sharing some quick tips and tricks there. What street top business principles, resources, money, policy-wise for your makeup business? Budgeting is super important. Paying yourself is important, and like kind of taking record of how you spend your money is important. Like even if you're not budgeting, just write down what you spend your money on and keep track of where you're spending and what you're spending, so that you would know if you're going in circles or if you're not going in circles. Like that's super important. Tithing is important. I believe in tithing 100%. Give and it will be given back onto you, pressed down, running over, shaken together. give. So that's like some things that I really do, and it helps me. I try to pass all of my money through the bank. So even if people not paying through the bank, I will take the cash and I'll make sure deposited in the bank, so that if I'm going for a loan, a car, whatever, they have all of the statements there already in place. Even if it's a personal account or a bank account, anyone could be used. Just make sure your money is coming through the bank, so that the banks could see, okay, she has a steady flow of income. So that's super important. I'll put the questions up here. When contouring, what product and brands do you recommend? So for contouring, I recommend the Juvia's Place bronzer, the Black Opal stick foundation, and I use a lot of foundations to contour. So I don't really use like cream stuff. I use like liquid foundation, and I may draw it in and stuff like that. So I really big on that. And again, follow me on Instagram, because I'll be posting more like teaching you guys through the reels and stuff like that. So that's really good. So let's go again. So how to stop your makeup from transferring to your mask? What drugs or product can I use? I believe the technique of pressing in everything instead of wiping it works really well. So try the sponge, as I showed you guys on the reel, and pat in the makeup, right? Somebody asks, how do you stay committed on your journey to becoming a makeup artist, especially in a slow period? As again I said, 1 today, 2 tomorrow. I knew that this was something good. I knew that I was good, that my hands were blessed. I knew that it was a gift, and I had to just keep on going, because I didn't want to be like the person with the talents who had it and didn't use it, you know. So that really kept me going, and I trust that not makeup is my provider, but that God is my provider. So even if He don't provide through makeup, He will provide through another means, you know what I mean? So I shift my focus from what I was seeing here, and I shifted on my creator, who I know and what I know, you know. Somebody say, any upcoming makeup courses? No makeup classes at the moment. Somebody asks, have you ever considered opening an online thrifting store? Because sis, guys, I feel like when I reach a certain level in my makeup career, maybe like next 2 years, I maybe would do like an online thrifting store. I think it's like an amazing idea, because I love just stuff, but not right now. And who did my hair? So my friend Felicia did my hair. I could link her in the description, and you guys can check her out. So somebody asked, how is your walk with God going? You know, it's going good. It's becoming more and more real every day. For me, it's more about like real relationship with the Word of God and with God. Like not just about going to a building every day or doing this routine, but like real relationship with the scriptures. I feel like that's where I am at right now, and that's beautiful. And then this very last and final question, how have you dealt with friendships evolving, growing apart, and knowing when to disengage from them? I feel like I'm still learning and growing in this area with friendships and evolving, but I believe that knowing who you are, like knowing yourself and being able to listen to, because sometimes like people telling us stuff, but we so have the spirit of offense that we offended by everything. So I believe that you have to drop that and then know that this person loves me and they care about me, so what they are telling me is probably for my own good, you know. Because sometimes you know, to like be a good friend or to be a friend, it requires you to listen honestly to things that may be uncomfortable. So I feel like I'm still growing in that area, but I just say times and seasons change, so it's not like everybody needs to remain at the same level, or the friendship needs to remain at the same level for every single friend that you have. Sometimes the friendship would have been one way in years gone, but that doesn't mean that it have to be like that today, you know. So just respecting time and place and where you are at in life, and then respecting your friends, knowing that it is a love, but we all growing and evolving. I still really growing in this area, so I don't really have that much to say. But and also praying for your friends too. I believe that we need to pray for our friends, right? And knowing sometimes, even though like we have to listen, knowing that the best way to deal with some things is through prayer, like going to God with it concerning the friend or concerning the person, and allowing him to have his way and do his thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed these questions. It was quick, it was easy, I'm going to get lunch because we have more consultation sessions happening this evening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm giving beauty business advice. So for the makeup business, you can book a session in the link in my bio on Instagram. See you guys next time.